All right, some of you may remember a few years ago I did a video on the M38 Swedish carbine. It's made by Husqvarna. And at the very beginning of the video I had a cold open skit with my wife. I had her chasing me around with a Husqvarna chainsaw, mainly because Husqvarna is known more now for chainsaws, weed eaters, lawnmowers, all that. And the video was also kind of a history on the company of Husqvarna. Something else I've wanted since then, another firearm that they made, at least in the last century, was a 1907 model pistol. It's definitely of the Browning design. It shoots .380, and I won this along with the holster and 2 extra magazines from Kramer Auction. Now, before I go further, I am going to do an auction house review, but before I go further, I want to be upfront and fully disclose that Kramer did contact me and gave me a certain dollar amount credit for towards anything that I might win in this auction, as long as I give an auction house review. They saw some of my auction house reviews, and when they contacted me, I recognized the name, as I know that I've actually bought from them before when they were on proxy bid. Well, one of the reasons they kind of wanted a little more word of mouth out there is because they pulled themselves off proxy bid and run their own engine now. That means it's a lot less buyer's fees, what it ends up being for the buyer. Proxy bid and high bid, I'm not sure what the percentages that they take, but they end up adding a certain percentage to the buyer's fee. Like if you go to Pullen or Morphe's or Rock Island, there's usually a 3 or 4% difference between bidding for them through proxy bid and bidding on the website itself. Now, this particular auction, I don't know if they do live auctions accompanying the online auctions, but this was just an online auction with a soft close, and this auction finished on 10/25, which is on a Friday. I think this one closed like around, I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3:30 around my time, but when the auction closed, I got invoiced almost immediately, which is a plus, since they didn't have to deal with ending a live auction, cleaning up and all that. So I settled up, sent my FFL, so I had that all done before that weekend happened, even though this auction ended on a Friday afternoon. But I always try to settle up almost immediately when I get my invoices, just so hopefully I get put at the front of the line when they ship. So I think that helped me out a little bit. They shipped it on 10/29, and it was sent to my FFL on 11/2, so I got it on November 2nd. Of course, I think that was a Saturday, so I actually didn't get it till the next Tuesday. But still, from the time, I think it was like, it was definitely less, my math is off here, but it was definitely less than 10 days from when the auction had it to when it could have been in my hands. Now, on the shipping, the only complaint my FFL had was that they used packing peanuts. If you know anything, packing peanuts are kind of annoying when they come out. But as long as it got to me safe, cleaning up packing peanuts, that's just a minor annoyance. As with all these, I go over the cost and I go how much over hammer that was actually paid for this. Now, they gave me a certain dollar amount over, and there was only 3 or 4 milsurps in this auction that I was really interested in, because I've kind of gotten picky lately on what I want. They had a trapdoor forger shotgun, like out the frontier, they were able to use it to hunt rabbits or squirrel or whatever, when the Army men were stationed out in the frontier. I was willing to probably go to 1,200 on that. It'd be fairly cheap to me, especially after the credit that Kramer gave me, but that thing went for $2,900 hammer. That went for a lot more than I thought it would. Besides that, there's the 2 Husqvarna pistols. One had the holster. This one had the holster and 2 magazines. The other one just had the pistol and magazine. So I think I got the little better deal. Let me quit yammering here and go ahead and start going over the cost. I am going to go over this as what I would have paid without my credit, because that would have, if I include my credit in here, it's going to screw with the percentages a little bit, and that should probably be between me and Kramer anyway. But anyway, my winning bid was $650 hammer. 12% premium would add $78 to it, so that made it $728. Now, if you pay via credit card, they do tack on a 3.5% credit card fee. So that would have made that total $753.48. Shipping was $30.75. So the grand total was $784.23. So this would have made it $134.23 over hammer, or 20.7% over hammer total. Of all these reviews I've done, this is the best one. This is beating out Carol Watson by 3%. I think I did Centurion last week. That was 28%. And then I've done like pulling, they're usually in the 40s. And I even did one that was almost 50% over. So this is very good, relative. You definitely keep how much you pay over in mind when you bid on these. That shipping cost is probably static. So let's say I did win that carbine, that would take that percentage down a little bit. If you want to see more auction house reviews, please click over here. Otherwise, please join the GOA, get $5 off your membership with the link below. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.